Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum,
Assalamu
fam.
alaikum. Welcome, welcome,
Peace
welcome
and
once
blessings.
again to Mind Spark Creations, where we sparking minds one mind at
At
a
a
time.
time.
Ain't
Oh,
that right?
okay.
We
All right.
sparking minds one mind at a time, and we always letting the
The
spark
spark
in
in your
our mind
mind
create
create a
a
new
new reality.
reality.
All praises
All
are due
right.
to Allah.
Yes,
All praises
sir.
due to Allah for that. We are grateful today. We got a very special guest
Yes, we
today,
do.
one of our wonderful friends. She is an independent educator. That's what
Mm.
I'm talking about. And I told her the other day the proof is in the pudding, and that is absolutely the truth. So we're going to be speaking with Sister Daisy Ross today of I Speak Academy. I Speak Academy,
Beautiful
and she's
name.
going to tell us more about her school. So if you're looking for independent education, then you in the right place. Matter of fact, our topic today is gonna be independent education and why it's important. So
That's
we're
right.
gonna we're gonna jump in and delve in with one of our independent educators that is not only independently educating her own children, but now she's gonna go ahead and let the rest of the family in the classroom. So all praises due to
Yes.
Allah for that. So we are so grateful and we are so thankful to have her today. And we are so blessed and thankful to have you. And for those of you who are celebrating Ramadan,
Ramadan
Ramadan Mubarak.
Mubarak.
All praises due to Allah. Today is day number 10. That's what I'm talking about. Day number 10. That means we only got
Wow.
20 more days, family. 20
Wow.
more
We a
days.
third of the way there.
Almost there. But look at this. What I find greatly significant is that we're going to end Ramadan on the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's birthday. May the 11th will be the final day that when we break fast. So we're gonna get an opportunity to break fast on the minister's birthday.
What a
Oh,
day to celebrate.
praises is due to Allah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Oh, praises is due to Allah. This is what's going on. I mean, so you know how we do it. We're gonna give y'all a few things to support first, and then we're gonna jump on in. We're going to jump on in with our conversation with our sister again. We thank her for her time. We thank her for what she's doing. And okay, we'll talk about how we met in a little bit. Okay. So before we go jump on to some of these commercials. Okay. So go ahead, sit back, relax, put on your thinking caps,
Because it's
and
Thinking
it's thinking
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's
It's
Thinking
thinking
Thursday.
Thursday. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes.
All praises due to Allah. Welcome, Brother Johnny. Brother Johnny. All praises due to Allah. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Mind Spark Creations. All right. Okay. So let me
Mm.
I don't want to move too slow with that, but if you move, there you
Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
All praises due to Allah. We always want you to be a subscriber to that independent, unbought, uncompromised news that we can truly use. The Final Call, where we gonna honor our brothers and sisters in the right way. Last week's edition, you already know. Our dear brother DMX, he made his transition, family, and you seen what Time Magazine did. They put him up there with Prince Philip and made it like, oh, he had a troubled life. We just put him on here just to put him on here. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave the brother the front page. Not only did he give him the front page, look at the beautiful back page, and then he gave words of comfort to the family right here starting on page 20. So if you don't have that edition, family, definitely get it. If you know any Muslims, you get to do one of my favorite things, and that is adopt a Muslim. That's what I'm talking about. So if it's a beautiful brother that you know that's out there with the final call, let that brother know that you want to get your final call each and every week, that you don't want to miss one issue of that newspaper, because I'm telling you, this newspaper, not like nothing else, it can absolutely save your life. How do I know that? Because it absolutely saved and changed mine. All praises due to Allah. And if you're here in the Tucson and Phoenix area, me and my beloved son would be honored. We would be honored, family, to get you that paper each and every week, okay? So with that said, we want you to support the final call. Our next product of the week, the month, the year, and the season like this, we know with everything that's going on, we got to strengthen our immune system. We got that Paximune for you, family. If you don't have your Paximune, we want you to strengthen your immune with Paximune. That's what I'm talking about. So you can get it right here from us. Just inbox us. Let us know. Or you can, of course, go to our right here, go to our Etsy store. You can go to our Etsy store and pick you up a bottle right there. Okay, you can pick you up a bottle right there. I'm gonna put it in the chat. It is scrolling across the screen, but we definitely want you to get that. That's gonna help us. As Brother Dr. Alim says, we have two types of people in the world. We have faxers and we have paxers. Which one will you be? We hope that you're gonna be a paxer with us. Okay, we hope you're gonna be a paxer with us, family. If you don't know why you shouldn't take that vaccination, I gotta put it right here. I know it's a little bit off topic, but I got to put it right here so that you can have the information you need not to take that. Okay, we want everybody in our audience to do your diligent research before you let them put something in your arm. Okay, all right. All praises due to Allah for that. And the product of the month is the Holy Quran. That's what I'm talking about. The product of the month is the Holy Quran, and you can pick that up at the Final Call store. Just go ahead and Google Final Call store. Google the Final Call store, and once you do that, just look for Holy Quran, and you'll be able to pick up your hardback edition of the Holy Quran for yourself. If you're a Christian, Hebrew, whatever your faith is, I'm telling you, it does not compromise who you are. It only bears witness, because the Holy Quran that's not only talking to Muslims and Christians, it's talking to Zoroaster and every other faith, if you really read it and understand. All praises due to Allah. Once again, Ramadan Mubarak. Now, we got a couple of more things for you to support, and we're going to jump in to our conversation, okay?
My name is Sadiqa Muhammad.
I'm not sharing that screen yet. Sorry, y'all. Okay. My sister on.
I've been blessed with an opportunity. My name is Sadiqa Muhammad. I've been blessed with an opportunity to literally press the reset button for my life. And it's just in time for the Muslim reset, or Ramadan. I didn't have any Ramadan decorations for my home, and I haven't seen any that represent the MGT. So, the black man and woman are gods. And what do gods do? They create. So join me in pressing the reset button with this beautiful MGT on your wall, reminding you of this blessed Ramadan.
Those beautiful pictures are available on Canvas at etsy.com/Nafiza shop /Nafiza Ali.
Mother and grandmother, seeing our future reciting prayers in English and Arabic is a phenomenal experience. Seeing a father or grandfather bond with young Muslim children is priceless. This interactive book called The First Day I Prayed has allowed us these experiences with the Arabic and English transliteration right here, along with colorful pictures, including how to wash for prayer, the position of prayer, combined with a truly wonderful story of a child leading Salah with their family for the first time. So not only will your child be able to connect with another child their age who has learned to perform prayer, they will learn to lead as well. Look no further, family. The First Day I Prayed is just that book. This book is beautifully illustrated. It tells the story of my son, Jameen Muhammad, an 8-year-old Muslim child who was gifted with being able to lead Salatu al-Fajr, or the dawn prayer, and what they experienced the first day he led the prayer. The love of Allah, prayer, and family come bursting through the pages of this book. So come, journey with us and experience the first day I prayed. Our book is available digital or physical copies. Just click the link below www.etsy.com/shop/Nafiza Ali. Thank you, family. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu alaikum.
All right. Allahu Akbar.
All praises due to Allah. Okay. All praises due to Allah for that. And you know, we already know it's a little early. So before we get deep in, we gonna hit you with a little bit of theme music to get your mind ready. Okay? We gonna wake up the brain cells this morning. All right. And here we go. talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't know about you. But if you ain't woke up now, I don't know what to tell you.
That'll get your blood
That'll
going.
get your blood flowing, get them brain cells, energized, magnetized, you know what I mean? And inspired. All praises due to Allah family. We've done all our announcements and we've done all our commercials for things that we want you to support, okay? But now it's that time. It is that time where we're going to be blessed to speak with our beautiful Sister Daisy. That's right, an independent educator located in Macon, Georgia. That's right. All right. Shout out to Mars 93. Shout out to Mars 93, our beautiful sister. Is a owner of I Speak Academy. All praises due to Allah.
Yes.
And we have been blessed and fortunate to meet her family and her children. And these children are super geniuses. I mean, they super geniuses. I'm telling you. I'm not just saying that because she on here. I mean, the stories I've heard. I mean, her daughter just decided she gonna save her dog or her guinea pig?
Her
Hamster. Okay. She gonna just go in and operate after watching YouTube.
At 12.
At 12 years old.
At 12.
Come on now. Did your child start operating at 12? Mine didn't. All praises due to Allah. So it must be something that she's teaching. I don't know. She putting some magic in the bean soup over there. So we don't know.
Well, let me just say, not only are they super geniuses,
Come on now.
but they are super kind and beautiful human beings.
That's what
Thank
I'm
you.
To me, education, you can be book smart, but if you have no substance,
That's
if
right.
you have no morals, you really don't have anything. And when we are looking at, creating a new world, not only should we be intelligent, but we really should have the spirit of God. And every one of your children
Mhm.
that I have met, beloved, have been beautiful, very kind, loving individuals. And that is truly a testament to you and your husband and
Thank you.
the rest of your family. So
Thank
thank you.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Praise God. We are so excited to have you this morning on Mind Spark Creations. We've been, working this out for a minute to
Yeah.
get you on, because it's so important, especially in today's time with many people homeschooling, considering homeschooling, really don't want to homeschool, but, I can't send my babies into an infested environment. So,
Right.
we have to do something. So, it's important for us to take a look at independent schools. So, what we would like, beloved, with our fireside chat, no interview, no pressure, just give us a little bit about yourself. What made you get started with creating your own school and anything you like to share with our audience?
Okay, cool beans. So let me just say, there are two different entities that we're working with here that I am the founder of, right? So the first one is I Speak Language Learning Academy. I mean, I'm sorry, not academy, language learning program. You kept saying academy. You got it in me. I kind of
I'm
like that.
sorry.
I kind of like that academy part on there, but it's not academy. It's I Speak Language Learning Program. And then we also have the Family World School. So the Family World School started really, let me just go all the way back. It started in the womb with my first
Mm.
child. Our babies can hear us, and if they can hear, they can learn. So they can learn in the womb. So, talking and just preparing my baby. I was speaking Spanish to her. I was speaking English. I was, reading some of the books, the textbooks that I was, using for school and things like that. And so that's when it really started. But
Mm.
as far as me knowing that I was actually doing something, when my oldest daughter, and I have six, so when my oldest daughter was 5 and she entered into kindergarten, um, she was further along. I didn't realize she was whatever they would call advanced. I didn't know. I just thought that was normal, you know. At 2, you learn to read and do math. I just thought that's how people do. If you expose them, they're doing that stuff. So, so she got into kindergarten, and the teacher called me one day with a concern because she was already writing letters, and she wrote her letter A's with a little poop on the end, right? So instead of making a circle and then a line, she wrote like this. So the teacher was like, we don't really like when they come in here already writing, because we have a certain way that we want to teach them to write.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, really? That's a problem? Okay.
Mm.
I didn't, it's my test baby. Your first baby is your test baby. So I didn't know what to think of that. I was like, okay, well, maybe she can just write it like y'all are writing it. Just tell her to do it like that while you're at school, while she's at school. And then I would pop up at the school. She'd have her head down, sitting in the back of the class. And I was like, is there anything you can give her to do? Well, she's already finished all her schoolwork. So we sat her in the back of the class so she wouldn't disturb the other children. You can't give her some work from like maybe first grade or something like that? Can you give her some work? No, we can't give her first grade work because she's in kindergarten. So that became a thing, y'all. So I'm like, okay, we got to do something about this. And long story short, I ended up pulling her out of school because I learned that they didn't have to go to kindergarten. I didn't know yet about homeschooling as far as this being a permanent thing that I can do for my children. So I just knew that kindergarten was not a requirement. I can teach her at home. I'm like, okay, I'm not dealing with this. So I pulled her out for kindergarten. I was preparing her for first grade. That's what I thought I was doing. So she went into first grade. She went to Vineville Academy for first grade, which is here in Macon. And it's one of the charter schools for arts. And, you're supposed to be, have a certain standard in order to continue attending this school. So when I pulled her there, they said, we think she's gifted. Can she be in the gifted class? I was like, okay, sure. I don't know why you think she's gifted, but okay. And so that was the beginning. So as I continued to grow as a parent, I started learning more things. At Vineville taught me something very important, especially as a melanated mama, right? They had something called cultural requirements. You had to have so many cultural requirements each semester, basically, in order, or each 6 weeks, in order to remain at the school. That was a part of their prestige and standards, that they had set. And so we did a Kwanzaa event, and it was super beautiful, y'all. We wrote that up as one of her cultural events. Well, that doesn't count. That's more like a family thing. Well, I'm like, it was more family. It was more than family there. It was at the Douglas. We had stuff over here and over there, and that really we mean something like the ballet or something like an opera.
Oh.
I was like, oh, y'all talking about somebody else's culture.
Exactly.
Y'all not talking about our culture. So my baby's culture is not, that's not something that we can celebrate here. You know what I mean? So ultimately, I was like, this is crazy. Let me just bring, well, she actually went through that school. And with my second daughter, I ended up bringing her home. And so that's when, by that time, I had learned I could just homeschool. I could just teach them at home,
That's
Yeah. And so that was really the beginning of Family World School. Now this started to expand because people were like, you teaching your babies at home? Oh, they know how to do this. They know how to do that. Oh yeah. Well, my baby don't know how to do this. I need help with my baby. I had one, I'll call them friends, but they're really my family now. But I had one group of friends whose baby was in like Head Start or something like that, and they said he's special needs. He's not talking, he's not doing whatever, and he was about 2 years old, and they're already saying this. They're already putting this on him.
Wow.
And I said, well, just bring him here. Let me keep him. How about that child is brilliant. And it wasn't because of me. That's the thing. All of our babies have genius. So I just want to tell everybody
Come
that
on now.
all of our babies have genius. It's
Yes.
just in different areas. Some of
Right.
our babies are more, they're gonna be genius. They can build you a little playhouse or a doll house or something with their eyes closed, right?
Right.
And
Right.
then you have some people who can write you a paper with all kind of research on, dogs, cats, and gorillas too, right?
Right. Right.
But those are two different types of geniuses. And when we get out of saying my baby don't know about this and my baby special needs because that
Right.
and
Right.
all of those kinds of things, what we can do in order to improve our children's outcomes is feed into their strengths
That's right.
and
That is
expose
it.
them.
Yes.
Feed into their strengths, and the more you expose them while feeding into their strengths, you're gonna find that they're gonna want to learn more about math or more
Yeah.
about something else because it's going to answer a question regarding something that they're interested in. So
Hmm.
if you have a child who loves dinosaurs, you know, and most little boys, they come up and they love dinosaurs or robots or trucks or something like that. If you have a child who loves dinosaurs, eventually he's gonna watch a movie or a video about dinosaurs and where they dug them up at and all that, and he'll be like, well, how far is it from here to that place? Or how long ago was that? How many years is that? What does that mean with BC? And all of those things. Now you're getting into other things. You're getting into social
Hmm.
studies, you're getting into math, you're getting into history, you're getting into
Yeah.
anthropology, you're getting into a lot of different things. So it really just comes down to
Hmm.
exposing, and feeding their strengths. And so
Yeah.
that's really how I got started.
That's
Just to
amazing.
answer, I hope
Praise
I
is the
answered that.
teacher.
Oh, that's so beautifully. You
Yeah.
Thank
know,
you.
I mean, what you said about our children are all really geniuses. They're
They
all God.
are. That's
They're
right.
all gods, and we just have to know which God they are. And I think
Exactly.
that is so important, for especially when you have a child who's disruptive. Why
Mm-hmm.
are they being disruptive? It's usually because
Exactly.
you don't know how to approach that child. I know
Mm-hmm.
with my son, when I first started homeschooling, the teacher was like, "Oh, he needs to be tested." And I'm like, "You're not testing my child." And this was at a really good school.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "You're not testing him." So we pulled him out. And that first year, I was crazy because I was like, maybe he do need to be tested,
Well,
because he wasn't paying attention to
you're
me.
trying to you're trying to imitate school at home when you first start. A lot of people do that.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what I did, because I was getting so frustrated, with it, I knew he was smart, but
Mhm.
I didn't know how to approach him. So I went to prayer
All
and I
right.
asked the creator, how do you want me to teach him? What should I
Mhm.
do? And when my mind changed, everything, he blossomed.
That's
He
right.
absolutely blossomed. And he's just such a word genius. But
Mhm.
even with math, it was a little issue in the beginning. But once I got into his mind and how it worked, I didn't have no problem with math
I'm
anymore.
telling you. I'm
I
telling
didn't
you.
have any problems with math anymore. So, you got to love your babies.
That's
You
right.
got to love your babies enough to spend that time with them. And if you don't have the patience, then definitely find somebody like my sister. If you in Macon, Georgia, seek out Sister Daisy at Family World School. You
and
know,
and not just in Macon, because we're working on expanding. And what we have right now is an online a free online basically an outline where
okay.
we're introducing topics,
Mm,
and we are allowing the first teacher, the parents, to teach those topics. Now, we do have paid service where you can get one-on-one tutoring with myself, Daisy. My degree is in education. My degree is in elementary education, early childhood development. And then my other sister, sister from another mister, uh, she has a master's degree. So she is also a certified teacher, and she teaches with us too. And she does differentiation, which is basically what that means is that you're able to take a lesson and break it down into smaller chunks for the child who might have some trouble in that area. So we're doing that. We've designed curricula that we're using to basically approach academic topics in a culturally sensitive way. And in addition to that, we're project based. So if you were to come and completely depend on us for your child's academic skills, they're going to be doing some projects every week, and we're going to be integrating academic material for them. And so right now we're working on expanding into, drum roll, you guys are the first to hear, Ghana. That's where we're planning on going next. So we're going to be tying it in. That's right.
Awesome.
Are you ready to leave us? You going to Ghana?
Well, we're not going to be gone just yet. Not just yet. But we are not yet. But we are offering, we're working on now developing some partnerships with schools there, and showing some, and we're going to try to introduce classrooms without walls in the U.S., which would be in Central Georgia, in Ohio, and in Ghana. Those are the places where we're going to be trying to facilitate these physical live classes, but we're continuing our online remote classes as well.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to say this really quick. Some people that you need to connect with if you don't know them already is Habasha. Habasha, brother Sean and his family, they have been going back and forth to Ghana for about 15 years. And they actually have a village there. They actually have a village there, and they have a school there already, and they teach urban farming and the cultural aspect. The way the children get to go to Ghana is that they actually have to study. They actually have to study about the culture to earn it. They have to not only do that, they have to have fundraise and all of those things, and they've been doing that for about 15 years. So I put the word in there, Habasha. Look them up, and you may be able to make some partnerships with them in Ghana, because they even have a repatriation program as well. They've united with Ghana about that. So if you if those who are in your school are interested in doing something like that, then they definitely can take advantage of it as well. I just wanted to mention that because you said Ghana. I'm like, okay, you need to be connected.
We have people on the ground in Ghana.
Well, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would love to connect.
Yes, the Nation of Islam is actually in Ghana as well.
Yes, that's right. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so I would definitely love to connect because we're going to be there. I personally won't be there, but we're definitely going to be there represented. My partner Nakaya, Kelvin, they're going to be going on behalf of I Speak and Family World School for different initiatives. They're going in June. So this is definitely we definitely look forward to possibly connecting with them. Just send me that information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. I'll send it. Okay. And a lot of what you said in your intro is just absolutely wonderful. And it was very powerful when you said that your school actually began in the womb. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did a lecture series called How to Give Birth to a God. And one of the things that he was talking about is the womb is God's sacred laboratory where he goes to create the gods that we are becoming, and the gods of math and science and this and that. And he said that one of the things that the woman can do is what you did, actually reading in to the child what it is that you want, because it's like the womb is like a printing press. So he said that sound and thought travels on water. I mean, now this was a process that I used with John Me, because I came into the knowledge of this lecture series, but you did it naturally.
Right.
You did it naturally without any one kind of guiding you to that. That is very powerful. It is very powerful, but that process right there. And like you said, see, the environment and what's going on around you and around when you're pregnant is so very important. It's so important, and it's so sacred in that moment. It's so sacred in that moment. Literally, you can, while that child is in the womb, you can teach them into a doctorate of surgery and whatnot. It's in what you're doing. Right. It's in what you're reading. It's in your mindset. So I just found that so powerful. I was like, wow, she doing this without even necessarily hearing how to give birth to God. Most people I know hadn't even began thinking anything like that. So all praise is due to Allah. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
That's when you know something is divine. You know what I mean? Because we could take a textbook and read it, and sometimes for some people that doesn't even click. You know what I mean? But you know it's divine when you read it and it clicked with you, right? Some people read it, it never clicked with them, and then I've never read it, right? But it was divine because it was given to me just like it was given to the prophet. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's how you know that thing is divine and it's truth, because truths are universal and they're outside of anybody's confines of whatever they want to call themselves in their faith. You know what I mean? So I mean, our faith is just the road that we travel, but you can get there even if you fly, right? You can get there if you crawl. You can get there if you take the long way around. But the road, the faith is it just make your path straight. That's what the faith does. It makes your path straight. And so the goal or the place where we're trying to get to, that's what's divine. That's where we're trying to go. And sometimes it don't matter how you get there, other than the struggles. I don't want to walk off into the ditch and into the woods and get all scratched up and then get there. I'd rather go that straight road.
But sometimes it happens, right?
Sometimes it happens. That's right.
Another point that you brought up that I think is important, and I want you to expound a little bit more on it, is about our culture and the importance of seeing us as we educate, as we learn, as we grow, especially children, but even as adults. Why is knowing and learning our culture so important?
So learning our culture, I have 5 girls, right? I can tell you something about my girls that I didn't experience growing up, but I also see a lot of other young ladies and other girls haven't experienced. We have a trend where even though we Black and we proud and we culture and we this and that, we still trying to get straight baby hairs. We putting tattoos on our head to get straight baby hairs. We tattooing the inside of our irises to get gray eyes or hazel eyes or anything other than what the creator created for us, right? Yes. Right? We want to look like other folk trying to look like us. That's what we want to do, right? But that comes from a lack of culture being instilled in that child. See, right now, culture is a trend. It's trendy. It's cool to be Black. It's cool to say BLM. It's cool to, you know what I mean? Those things are cool. It's cool to have thick lips. You know, hip hop, everything that we've brought is all over the world. Everybody want, you know, you go to China, they want to get the Afro. You know, they want the white girls getting the cornrows and all and renaming our stuff, repackaging and sell it back to us. And then we want to imitate them,
Right.
who are imitating us.
Come on now.
Huh?
Come on
Now, this is where we're trying to do with Family World School is we're trying to grow up a child in a way so they can see themselves before slavery. And they can see how before slavery, we did all these things that some of us are still doing to this day. We did all these things that we can see where this cultural appropriation even began. It started way back then. And now you can have something that you can hold on to, that you can be proud of. You know, you have an argument to stand on. Listen, when I think I was 7 or 8. I was 8 years old. My auntie was taking care of us, and we started going to the YMCA down in Albany, Georgia. Now, Albany, if nobody knows, Albany, Georgia is, you know, mostly black, but there are parts of town that's mostly white. And the YMCA at the time was mostly white. Black people didn't really, unless you were rich black folks, you know, you didn't really go to the YMCA. Well, my auntie, she wasn't rich per se, but she was more well-to-do than my mom and the rest of us. And so she sent us to the YMCA, and she thought it would be a good experience for us, you know, to participate in some of the things they were doing. So I don't fault her at all, but I had a really hard time there. There was a little white girl in the bathroom. She was older than me. Like I said, I was about 8 years old. This girl had to be maybe 12 or 11. Little white girl. She was standing in there with a group of other girls, her, you know, white girls. And she said, I don't understand why we have to celebrate Martin Luther King Day. It's not like he ever did anything for anybody other than black people. And then the other girl said, I don't know why we have to celebrate Black History Month. They haven't done anything for anybody. They, you know, they just exist.
Wow. Wow.
And I knew fundamentally that was not right. I knew that it was a lie. And I came out of the bathroom stall. I said, that's not true. I just thought I was going to tell them something. But I had no leg to stand on. I didn't know anything. I didn't know enough to tell them. And that thing haunted me the whole time I was at the YMCA. You know, but now, if you take my daughter Geneva, she can tell you all about Hannibal. She can tell you all about Queen Nzinga. She can tell you all about the Moors who civilized the Europeans. She can tell you, you know what I mean? She can tell you about the travels of those who founded China.
That's right.
She can tell you about the things that we've done in the world. Yes. And she can stand on her own with it. You know, she can remember details I can't quite remember, even though I introduced her to the stuff, you know. So it's like when we tie culture in, we are giving them a foundation, a firm foundation, that solid rock. Because our all these religions, all these art forms, everything that you see came from the mind of an African. And that's when we talk about cultural appropriation, it ain't just about these box braids and cornrows. It's not just about those topical things like they try to make it. You know, they try to make it, it's just hair, you know. No, it's more than hair. It's whole civilizations that have come from you appropriating, taking something that does not belong to you and pretending like it's yours. It's not appreciation. It's theft. You know, and so
usurpers. It's called
usurpers. That's right. Yes, And so these are some of the things that, I mean, you know, we're not really, I'm a revolutionary educator, let me say that. Nakaya, Nakaya on the other hand can sometimes she can be my balance, right? And when she is revolutionary about something, I can kind of be her balance. So we kind of complement one another. But but you know, so we don't come at it like saying, you know, white people are stealing everything. You know, we're not trying to come at it like that. But but what we are doing is saying this is yours. That is yours. That's yours. And that is yours. That comes from you. That comes from people who look like you, you know. And so they can take that information and do with it what they want. But what I've seen that it gives them a sense of strength, a sense of pride, a sense of, you know, a sense of you're not gonna just tell me anything about myself now because I know something about myself.
That's right.
Yeah,
And the truth is always the best foundation, you
that's
know.
right.
And the way the world is setting itself up now is to make us look like, you know, we're extremists because we love who we are and we are proud of who we are and we're going to tell the truth of what happened, you know, along the way. You know, why is all of our um African art in European museums? You know, I mean, and we have to tell the truth regardless to whom or what, you know, and not be afraid to stand on that truth
That's
that we
right.
know, you know. But this world wants to tell us something different, but we cannot allow that to happen. And that's why we have to get our culture and our history into our children, you know,
Hmm.
because and they're strong. When you give it to them, they're not moving,
That's
you know.
right.
They not moving, and sometimes they, you know, be a little extreme, but you know, you got to love that spirit that God is putting in them, you know, to
Hmm.
want to carry the truth with them, regardless to whom or what. But
That's right.
we do have Mr. Jami here this morning.
Hey, Jami.
Hey, Sister Daisy.
And did you want to?
Yeah, can I say
Oh,
something real
It's an
quick?
awesome.
all right.
Just
We'll
real
let
quick,
we'll let
and
the
then I'm gonna let John Me jump in
all right. Go ahead.
because
Okay.
what you're saying, I have to bring and bear witness to why it is important for us to know about our culture. We want to give a shout out to Keisha and Desmond and Ronnie and all those that have joined us. All praise due to Allah. Thank you for joining in. And Anthony, thank you for joining in the conversation. Because I want us to understand what happened so we can understand why what you're doing is so important. In this book, Message to the Black Man in America by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he goes in and it's a senator named Henry Berry, and he's gonna quote this. This is from a book by Edwin R. Embry. This was printed in 1964. This book was. He says, and it's called The Brown Americans was the name of this book. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad lifted these words. He says, he quotes the devil, Henry Berry, as saying while speaking in the Virginia House of Delegates in 1832 and describing the situation as existed at the time in many parts of the South. We have, as far as possible, closed every avenue by which light may enter the slave mind. The avenue of the light of Allah you are unable to shut out from coming to us. If we could exist, if we could extinguish, the capacity to see the light, our work would be complete. They would then be on the level with the beast of the field, and we should be safe. I'm certain that we would not do it. We would not do it if we could find out the process, and that on the plea of necessity. Now, I bring that up to say that what you experienced as an 8-year-old girl is because they had extinguished every avenue by which you could see the light. See, a lot of us, we didn't know about J.A. Rogers, even
That's
though
right.
he was writing in the 1930s along with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We didn't know about these things, you know. We didn't know about the great scholars that was coming around, and some of us did, but the majority of us did not. So the reason you didn't have a leg to stand on was because your parents didn't know. If they knew, then they would have taught you. If your aunt knew, if they knew about what you taught your children, then they would have most surely taught you, because our families went and bought encyclopedias, right? How
Yeah.
many of us didn't have a set of encyclopedias? But none of the set of encyclopedias showed us anything significant about us. So right here, what he's saying is that this was planned. This was strategized to
Absolutely.
cause exactly what it is that you see. I just had to jump in with that. And now we're gonna turn you over to Jami.
That's right. But
Go
not
ahead.
only that, you guys, not only that, we know that it was a purpose erasure happening, an erasure of our history happening, because that was the only way, because everything that they're doing to Black people all over the world is about the resources in Africa. So if they can make the African abroad and in the continent think that there are no resources or there are no mental ability or intellectual ability to handle your resources, then you know what I mean? Then I can rule over you and your land. I can rule over you and your nation.
Right.
You understand me? So if so that's why they purposely start right now. Right now. They are in the in those tombs and pyramids in Kemet, Egypt, and in other places too, painting over the people who were there.
Come on now.
Right now.
Right now. Right now.
So that's their purpose is to culturally appropriate. They like to use that word now. It's much nicer than usurp. You know, they like to do that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I love that they plan and then Allah plans. And Allah plans.
That's right. It's too many of us aware now. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, I said a lot. I mean, all I can really do is kind of recap in a sense, because like I was watching Hidden Figures last night, and then the sister Catherine, I don't know her full name, but I know she was the main one, along with the other sisters that were calculating the calculations they needed for them to even get into space. And so if it wasn't for them, I mean, I was like, just imagine a movie where they finally, you know, white people finally got they want. There was no Black people in the movie, and we got to see what would it look like if Black people was not involved in any of their inventions, and what would happen to their society. So somebody come with that movie, please. But like, because like a sister on Facebook once, I remember she was putting all of our inventions in the bag. Because we invented a lot. I even found out I gotta do more research, but I heard that it was actually a Black woman that created tissue paper.
Yeah.
So
Leave it up to the Black woman, right?
and then my dad always make a joke about the air conditioner, like that his wife, whoever invented his wife, was like, it's getting hot. It's real hot. I need an air conditioner. I need something. I need something. I don't know.
I need more than this fan.
That's right. Genius. They say genius is the father of necessity, or something to that, or the other way around.
Invention is the mother of necessity.
That's it. The mother. Invention is the mother.
The mother of invention. There you go.
That's right. That's it. And it makes perfect sense. And not only that, Jami, think about this, right? it was against the law for a person to go into a contract with a black person prior to the Civil War. Okay? So if you now all enslaved people were not out on the plantation. You had enslaved people working machinery. You had enslaved people making guns. You had enslaved people doing all kinds of things that right now we would be like, oh, you got to go to school for that.
Right.
Now you're gonna tell me they didn't invent nothing? They didn't invent anything.
Well, we already know that the most intelligent people that came over was us. You know, they knew nothing about building. They may have
Right.
an idea that they wanted this fabulous home, but they had no idea as to how to build it. So, you know, they didn't go and get no slaves.
Come on now.
Right. Come on now.
They went and got the builders. They went and got the thinkers, the philosophers, and the mind, people who were able to, you know, envision a whole world. You know, and so we're at this hour, sis, with educating ourselves and learning how to create it for ourselves now.
That's right.
You know, I had
That's
a
right.
conversation with some family, and we were talking about, you know, separation versus segregation. Those are two totally different beasts, right? Or two totally different worlds. Segregation is separate and unequal. Separation is separate but equal, meaning we can produce for our own selves. And when we can get ourselves back into balance, then we can deal more on a world international, you know, arena. But when we're suffering in a society in 2021 where they're now teaching our children in school, tell me if you've heard this, that we came over here to help them with farming.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Boy, Texas, boy, they were the first ones to put that nut. We were immigrants.
Right.
Ah,
And
so
Barack
you can
Obama
wash over it.
repeated that.
Yeah, you can wash over it. That's what they're trying to do. That's why I'm not down with them saying let's tear down all these Confederate statues. No, keep your Confederate statues up. Keep them up.
Right.
So we can remember what you honor.
Mm.
Because if you take them down, what you honor will just be here. I won't see it.
Right.
I won't see it. My children, my grandchildren won't see. See, this is what they honor. This is what they did, and then this is what they resurrected in reverence of that thing. So keep it up. I hope they will. I hope they continue to pass laws to keep it up, because a lot of young people, they don't understand that they are being manipulated with all these movements by somebody directing their anger, manufacturing and directing their anger towards something that they want for us.
Come on,
Right.
come on now.
Right.
You
Yeah,
gonna
that's
get
what
me
it
to
is.
preaching up in here. You gonna get me to preaching up in here.
But it's the truth, y'all.
Come on
Yeah.
now. Now
Yeah, it's the truth.
it just, I'm not gonna jump in, but I just want us to understand what she's saying is 1,000% correct. Because as you know, Black Lives Matter is founded by a white man. So was the NAACP. So
All right.
was the Urban League. Okay,
Mhm.
these were founded by them. We're not saying they didn't do good things, but remember this now. Here's a statement the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us, something for us to wrap our mind around. It says, "He who gives you the diameter of your knowledge prescribes the circumference of your activity." In other words, whatever information he gives you on how to fight and this, that, and the third. I mean, they even went so far, if you don't have Secret Relationships Between Blacks and Jews, Volume 2, you need to get it, because they said that we needed to fight on the basis of non-economic liberalism, meaning don't put no money behind your movement when you can't make no change without no money.
Right. Come
But
on now.
they said that if you start making money, we gonna take our grants and everything away. You can't make a product. You can't do anything that's gonna empower you economically, because they know that as the minister have said that he said that politics without economics is symbol without substance.
Right.
That
That's
everybody else started with economic empowerment and then got into politics. Well, we want to go political empowerment without economics, which
That's
means
it.
people can constantly come in and buy off our people.
That's right. And they can slide in other agendas very easily. They can slide them right on in. And you can be like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. The statement, ain't nothing wrong with that statement. Our lives do matter. I'll get into the statement later. But, okay, Black Lives Matter. And then all of a sudden, you got this one saying, yeah, and love is love, and age ain't nothing but a number, and I like dogs, and I like horses, and you know all these other. And like, wait, what are we doing? Free Saddam Hussein, kill the police, do the this and that. You know, you're like, I thought this was what? I thought this was about George Floyd. What is? So it's no substance. It's symbol with no substance. And so the truth is, as we educate our children, we need to be educating regardless of the idea of, oh, if you get this job at this place, you get benefits. You know, if you get this job at that place, you know, you get prestige because I work at the whatever the thing is. You know, we need to be educating our children to be owners, entrepreneurs, farmers, builders, creators. We need to be educating them for that. The things that build nations.
Right.
Huh? Right? So that's why my daughters are girls, but they know how to change oil. This dog want my attention, y'all. They know how to change oil in the car. They know how to do that. They know how to put together a swimming pool. They built the swimming pool from, check this. Y'all, it was hilarious. I didn't realize they were out there doing this. From pallets and a tarp.
Wow.
Pallets.
Wow.
And a tarp. And they got their behinds in there and swam in it for weeks.
That's what I'm like, you have to be creating people who can look at what they have and make something from nothing. That's what we have to be doing. You know how Big Mama them used to do. You know, you can go in there in the fridge and see a bag of rice, and you can make doggone stir-fried rice and whatever. You know, you can go find the onions in the yard. You can go find the onions in the yard and cook them things up and put that rice in there. Come on. There you go.
That's who we need to be making, not nobody who's going to be dependent. You know, because all of us, and I'm talking about all of us grown folks, the majority of us grown folks who were brought up in the 80s and earlier, we have a different way of thinking about things, and we have a fear that's attached to our way of thinking, and it's deep. It's rooted in us.
Yes, you're right.
And a lot of times those of us who are conscious, right? A lot of us fight against that fear every time we open our mouth, every time we take a step, because it's rooted in there. Every time we teach our children to stand up for yourself, we're going against the fear, Jami. You probably never experienced because it wasn't put in you. But your mama and daddy, they know what I'm talking about, and they're going against that fear. And they're teaching you what you need to know so you can build the next generation. That's what we need to be doing. because all of us are our own children's educators. And if we walk around here and never give them any substance, never give them any idea of who they are,
Right.
who they have been, they'll never know what they can be and what they can do for their people.
That's right.
That's right.
We have to really focus on freeing the mind, freeing the
Mm-hmm.
spirits, freeing the heart, to not, you're absolutely right, beloved, to not be afraid of change, not be afraid of walking the path of God, because that's ultimately what it is. What you're saying is describing the kingdom of God. See, in the kingdom of God, we don't have those type of fears. Nobody holding a dollar over our head. We're going to be free to be and create whoever it is that we want to be, and and enjoy one another. We're not worrying about, well, I got to be in competition with you because I got to get this next position. I got to be this. No, it's not about competition. It's about creativity. It's about being the best of who you are and bringing out the best of who another person is. Bringing the best out of my son, bringing the best out of my husband, instead of husband and wives being in competition with one another.
Come
Oh,
on
I
now.
can do this better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, she ain't that good. No, baby, you got this. You good.
That's
I
right.
get to be even better. It's got to be that whole freeing of the mind and the mind shift.
You know,
That's right.
you jumped in on something, and when you're speaking and what we're saying, Allah feeds me through what you all have said, and you talked about that fear. You talked about that fear. We have something in our Supreme Wisdom lessons called English lesson number C1. Now, I'm just going to read a part of that. I'm gonna read from part number. Uh, I'm gonna read from number 6 on down to number 12, just for a moment to bear witness to what you said about that fear. Okay,
All
he
right.
says he likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing. Why does he like the devil? Because the devil put fear in him when he was a little boy. Why does he fear now, since he is a big man? Because the devil told him to eat the wrong food. Does that have anything to do with the above question number 10? Yes, sir. That makes him other than his own self. So right there, what you're saying and what you said about the fear, see, they bred that in us when we was babies, not just in the 80s. That fear went all the way back to when our feet hit these shores, and it reciprocated itself for all of this time. And some of us are more fearful than others, but this is how you know. This is how you know that the presence of God had to be here, because if not, how would you broke the slave mind? How would you come out of what they put you in? They never
Ah,
taught you
that's
nothing
right.
else.
That's right.
That's
They
right.
never taught you nothing else but to be a slave. So how would you come out of it if God has not been present?
That's
How
right.
would you do that?
Right.
That's right.
You just took me there. I just had to say that.
All right. Well, we, as always, I think we just not even gonna plan for an hour anymore, because we always go over, sis. But we want to kind of bring it to a close, so we want you to be able to have some closing words and things that you want to share. And so if
Yeah,
you could share,
let us know how to get in contact with you.
yeah.
Let us know, how people can get involved in your program. Let us know. Let us know these things, because we don't want this just to be another fireside chat. We want people to contact this sister and let them know a little bit about the different languages that you speak too, so that way they can know all of the packaging that they go get in this school. Okay.
All right. So Family World School is based on academics. So you guys, I would love for you guys to like my page on Instagram. I think it's at Daisy Ross on Instagram. But if it's not that, I'll have to send it to you guys later. But you can definitely hit me up on Talking About Family World School. I can send you guys the link. So that's the part that we've mainly talked about and focused on. But I Speak Language Learning Program. This is a language learning program designed to expand and preserve indigenous languages. And right now we're focused on African languages. And those languages that we have available today are Yoruba, Kiswahili, and Twi. So these are languages spoken in Nigeria, in Kenya, and throughout the entire east coast of Africa, and in Ghana. So Nigeria, Yoruba is a large language there. We have Kiswahili and Twi. Now, Kiswahili is a language of business throughout the continent and in many places in the so-called Middle East. All right. Most of your doctors that you find here who are Black are actually from Nigeria, and many of them are Yoruba people who speak the Yoruba languages. Although we are also adding Igbo, we're adding Hausa, we're adding Wolof. Wolof is spoken in Senegal. We're going to also be adding Amharic. So we're in development on those ones. But right now we have 3 languages available. These are live lessons with indigenous language speakers. So now when you come in to iSpeak, you are not paying me. I'm not your teacher in iSpeak. I am your connector with indigenous speakers on the continent. And so we're empowering our people back home on the continent of Africa. So that's what you're doing when you get in with iSpeak. In addition to that, iSpeak is working on developing language councils so that out of the 233 languages that are, 255 languages that are on the verge of extinction right now, we want to bring those languages back into use. They're already in use, but the thing that makes a language on the verge of extinction is how many children are speaking that language. So as the number of children who start speaking only English or only French, as is the case in many places, then those languages are going to be used less and less. So we're wanting at iSpeak to help fund language councils. So if you're interested in supporting any of that, get some classes. Get some classes. Let's start speaking these languages. Okay? And you can go to our website at ispeaklanguage.org. That's ispeaklanguage.org. And that's pretty much it. I'm here to help support new homeschoolers as an individual person. And I do that through Facebook Messenger. You can contact me there. And and I do that for free for the most part. So so that's pretty much what we're doing. But a donation is accepted.
That's right. Don't joke.
That's right.
Look, let me say this. We end in post scholarship. See,
all
now
right.
That's what happened with so many of our scholars today. You looked at one of our premier scholars who just recently passed away in the elderly home in Atlanta, and who really couldn't even afford to be there. With all the research that he did, with all I can't call his name right now, but I get it back to you. But that's what happens with a lot of our scholars. They give all of their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and die broke. We got to end that. It is an even exchange, meaning you can teach, but because you teach, you're giving me your life's blood. I should be willing to give you mine in regards of money. That don't mean you have to charge, but look, don't just be doing it all for free. We got to get out of that.
Well, too, there are some people who can't afford, and
I understand that.
I understand that. So those of you who are out there that have an extra dollar, that have an extra $5, please support our sister. What is your Cash App, beloved?
It's the Cash App symbol and Fam World Scholars. That's FAMWORLD Scholars.
Okay. So I'm going to put that in the chat because we want you to be able to, assist those who can't afford it, because there are people who can't afford it. There are
That's right.
others that, and we have to remember this too, family. Our wealth is, God didn't give you your wealth just for you.
That's
That's right.
He gave you your wealth, and in the Holy Quran, it's a requirement to help the poor and the needy.
that's
That's right.
And that's what we have to do. We're supporting one another in becoming better. What else? I mean, that coffee is not that important from Starbucks. Them
That's right.
Nikes are not as important, for your feet as it is for a child to be educated and fall in love with themselves through education, through language. And we
Mm,
we as Americans definitely need to know how to speak more than one language.
that's
that's
right. And as
that, that
Black Americans, we're falling short, y'all. As
Yes.
Black Americans, why is it that we always want our children to learn French? You ain't
Mm.
going to France, but yet and still, if somebody wanna if somebody wanna teach their child Yoruba, you got a problem. What? Who's speaking Yoruba? Why you want to learn Yoruba? Because that's my culture. That's
Right.
from me.
Right.
Not only that, when you get around your doctor and you go to speak in Yoruba, watch how they treat you different.
Mm.
Your Nigerian doctor, watch how they treat you different when you
Mm.
can speak like them.
Right.
Okay, and it's about love. It's about self-love. And what you will find is in the languages, we've carried a lot of those things with us in this so-called African American vernacular English or Ebonics. In this version of English that we speak, we've tied in a lot of those Twi and Yoruba elements.
Mm.
We've tied them in. And so
Wow.
you will find that respect is the highest thing in African languages. Everyone that I've studied, respect
Mm.
is up here. So
Yes.
the way you greet an elder or the way you greet a younger person is different based on those ages or those positions. And we
Mm-hmm.
still have those things here. You don't just say what to mama,
right.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, some of them do, some of us do, but that's not a part of our culture, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes, ma'am. You got certain things, and you will find that's a major part of the language that you will be learning with I speak.
Excellent.
All praises due to Allah. Well, first off, we want to thank you for all that you have done and all that you are doing and will continue to do. We knew you as a special gift from the first day that we met you. So all praises are due to Allah for that and your wonderful family. We're so glad to have met each and every one of them and been blessed to eat at your home. All praises are due to
That's
Allah
right.
for that. That's what
That's
I'm talking
fam.
about.
That's
That's
fam right
fam
there.
right there. That's what I'm talking about. But I mean, we really do appreciate it, and we see the results of what you've done, and we thank you. I know that this type of thing can be a thankless job, but we want to personally thank you for all that it is that you do and with your family and so many others, and then opening the gates for those parents that who want to take advantage of it. And in this hour, you're going to find there's going to be more and more people who do because of all that's going on. So may Allah continue to bless you and your family and I Speak and Family World school. May Allah bless it to
Absolutely.
grow 1,000-fold. All right.
Yes.
Let me give you guys an email real quick too, just in case anybody wants to email me. You can email us at support@ispeaklanguage.org. Support@ispeaklanguage.org, and I'll definitely respond to any email. So if someone has questions or interested, um, definitely interested in hearing from anybody, any of your viewers today.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Jesus Daisy, thank you so much. It is such an honor and a privilege to be able to be here with you today. And I just love your spirit and your energy all the time. All the time. And inshallah, we'll have an opportunity to see you soon.
Absolutely, bye, y'all.
All right.
All
Peace
right.
and blessings.
Peace
Peace and
and
light,
blessings.
everyone.
All
Peace
right.
and blessings.
All praises
All
due to
praises due to
Allah.
Allah. We
Awesome.
we have been absolutely blessed, family, with our sister Daisy. We thank Almighty God Allah for her and what they're doing, because you know it takes a lot to be a home educator,
Mm,
and then to take on other people's children too. That also takes a lot. So we have to honor that. We have to uphold that, or we
right.
should, because if your mind, your children's mind ain't tight and right, then you already know what time it is.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so that's all I gotta say. Oh no, I got one more thing to say. Can y'all see this beautiful, wonderful, magnificent piece that my wife created for me? I
All
had to
praises due to
premiere
Allah.
that today. You see that? Absolutely gorgeous, from my beloved wife, the queen of rap. We kiss those hands right there.
Allahu
All
Akbar.
praises is due to Allah for her
Allahu Akbar.
creativity. And if you want something custom designed, then always seek out our sister. Seek out our sister, my wife, your sister,
Mm.
Nafiza Ali, aka the Queen of Rap, who's got her designs with you and my healing in mind.
That's
You know what
right.
I mean?
That's right.
So, family, but I just want to show one more thing. We were looking for it, we couldn't find it, but I did. This is the actual hard copy of the book, The First Day I Prayed. You can go on Etsy.com and get it. It is a great gift for Ramadan. Hold that. Are you going to? Oh.
Yes.
We just kind of show you all some of the pictures and some of the things that you can see right here. We shout out to Carter J. Pencil Academy. You know, we want to show you all some of these beautiful pictures. Look at this. Look at this. You can see the love coming through the pages right there. You know, and it has the English and Arabic transliteration, like we said. It has the positions of prayer there. It has the positions of prayer. Show my favorite picture with the Father and the Son.
With the hug.
Well, that's one, but yes, that's beautiful, right? That is absolutely beautiful. You know, if you don't have this book and you want to get it for your child, again, it has the English and Arabic transliteration. I mean, look at this. I'm just saying, look at this. Absolutely fantastic. Again, shout out to Carter J. We are so proud of that book. We thank Allah for the inspiration. We got another one coming forth pretty soon. All praises is due to Allah for that. But family, we thank you all so much for joining in with us. We received a lot from this, and we pray you did too.
That's right.
And if you all found value in this, please share with all of those that you know that would benefit greatly from this. Those that are homeschooling, those that's considering homeschool, those that you know that want to learn other languages. Share, and please support our sister. Support our sister and what she's doing. You
That's
know,
right.
support our sister and what she's doing. We can send $5 in the Cash App, 10. Some of us know we got $50,000 we can send, but we're not saying for you to send that if you can't. But if you can, support a sister like that. This sister has 7 children, six children, and she homeschooled 5 of them. I mean, all the way up into college, all the way up into college. And then one of her daughters right now is on the dean's list at Fort Valley State University. You know, she's on the dean's list studying to be a veterinarian. That is the type of education she received at home that allowed her to be able to do something like that. So when we say the proof is in the pudding, that's what we mean. And she had another daughter that graduated from a very prestigious school in Forsyth, right? Forsyth, Georgia, as well, all women's college. Biochemistry. See, once again, Once again, that's what we got to say on that.
Yes.
But family, we also want you all to come on over to Love My Kidneys. Let me
yes.
see what time
We
is it
got
right
about
now.
30 minutes.
We got about 30 minutes. Come on over to Love My Kidneys and join us. And for those you know that's suffering from kidney failure, that you know that's on dialysis, this is going to be that show for them. We're going to be talking about what we can do for those that's on dialysis in a disaster.
Yes.
If you can't get to a dialysis center, what are some things that you can do to keep yourself good until you're able to get back? Because we know we living in the midst of these natural disasters. We don't know what can happen and when it's going to happen, you know. So with that, this is going to be a great show, a great show for them. Our sister Chantel Muhammad is going to be with us, and she's going to give us the research that she found about that. So if you know people that's suffering from that, please come on and join us on Love My Kidneys in about 30 minutes. Again, family, we really appreciate you. I'm going to close my mouth and let my wife and son close us out, and then we're going to hit y'all with some outro music, and then we're going to move and get ready for the next show.
Well, it's really not much to say after that. Um, it was such a great show today. Thank you all again for coming and participating. With your comments and your loves and your hearts, we really do appreciate it. The next show, Love My Kidneys. If you have never been there, it is really an excellent show, family. Not just for those who are dealing with kidney failure, but those that are dealing with any kind of health issues. Because on this channel, we inspire, right? We elevate. We don't get depressed, and we talk about the problems, we talk about the issues, but we have solutions. We have things that you can do, right? If nothing else, we're going to teach you how to smile and love your kidneys and love who you are. So come on over in about 30 minutes with us, with Sister Chantel Muhammad. We actually did part one of disaster preparedness. And this is part two. This is more and more information, family, because we need to be able to survive. Whether you are dealing with the illness or if you're healthy as a horse, we need to survive in order to get through what is coming to us in this time period. So we love you. We thank you for your presence. Assalamu alaikum.
Like some, I don't. That's what I said. Alexa Salah. I said Alexa Salah. Hold on a second. Alexa Salah. I don't really have much to say after that. Other than that, it was just a reconfirmation of a lot of stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so very much for your presence. We definitely appreciate my son and his consistency with being here on Mind Spark Creations, because we have to have that youth presence, and we're building for him. We're building for the future. Our children, which are not children anymore because he's an adult, but he's a young adult, and a young adult who loves Islam, who loves to be in a position to help free the mind and educate us and be part of that. And we are grateful to Allah that He is doing this and not doing some of the other things that so many young people his age is doing. So again, we will see you all inshallah at 10:30 Mountain Standard Time. And
Let me not close out
okay.
without this. For those of you all who are in the Tucson area, for those of you all who are in the Tucson area, we will be going out, God willing, on Saturday, and we're going to have a day of service. It's taco time, y'all.
Uh-oh.
We're going to take and we're going to feed taco to the homeless brothers and sisters. Of course, we're going to be giving out final calls. We're going to just be showing a lot of love out there. If you want to join us, please, please, please come on and meet us at the Dunbar Pavilion, at 12 p.m. That's 12 p.m. That's our time. Meet us there, and then we will roll out from there to go and do what it is that we need to do. We look forward. If you want to send donations for that, I'm I'm gonna put this cash app in there.
Which one?
You can send that to the Queen of Rap 19. The Queen of Rap 19, if you want to support that effort, we will take pictures and everything like we always do. It's not about showtime, but it is something that we do, and we want it to be documented that it is something that we are doing. So when they ask the question, what is the Nation of Islam doing? We can point them to this. This is what we're doing.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is Ramadan. And if you're not able to physically go out and feed the homeless, Allah has blessed us to be just one of our missions, one of the things that we do. You can send a donation, and I know that, Allah will see your effort in helping to feed the homeless. Okay. So please send donations to help us in our efforts. We do it at least once, or try to do it at least once a month.
And don't forget your Paximune. If you don't have it, don't forget that Paximune. Definitely strengthen and modulate that immune system with Paximune. Wonderful product. We've been using it for a couple of months now, and we are seeing great results. All praises to Allah for that. You can pick that up. You can pick that up on Etsy.com. But we're going to leave you now. With love and light, and let you know that we love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And continue to let the spark in your mind create a new reality. We're going to close out with a little outro music, and then, God willing, we'll see you at Love My Kids. That's made by yours truly. All right, family. All right. Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Salam
Have an
alaikum.
awesome day.